Alright, it's the 1st of September today, and open this up. So, yes, this is The War Master, Killing Time, which is an interesting title for this box set. Yeah, I would have called it Friends and Enemies United, but okay. So, the big deal about this box set is that it features Joe Grant and also features Nyssa. So, yay! Now, this cover is a bit misleading because they never meet. Basically, the Master is the only one who meets any of them. And also, all of the stories end with cliffhangers for each character, basically. Which I won't spoil, but yeah. There's definitely, but the stories with Joe and Nyssa in this story definitely feel like basically they're waiting and sort of waiting to be led into something else. So, but yeah, there we go. Not really much else to say about this. I would say the previous box set I did enjoy more. I'm looking forward to the next box set though, because the next box set obviously features the 10th Doctor and is probably out by the time you're seeing this. So yeah, there we go, I guess. Hooray. Okay, so it's the 22nd of September today, and clearly this is a big Finish package. So let's have a look. Oh, okay. So this is The Lost Resort and Other Stories. Now this one is a bit interesting because obviously we've got Daleks all over the front. So yeah, you would think the Dalek story is, you know, the main story. You would think that is The Lost Resort, but it's not. So yeah, this cover, you know, they advertise it a lot with Daleks, but it's a little bit more false advertising, especially when you look at the story. So, Nightmare of the Daleks, which is the final story on this set, is actually the Dalek story, and that's only a 2-parter. The Lost Resort is a 4-part story, and the Permills of Nellie Bly, Purcells? Or Purcells? Anyway, that is also a 2-part story, so yeah. Anyway, not really much else to say about this. If you don't know, I don't open my Big Finish CD box sets generally because you get a digital copy with them anyway. So for me, this is like, there's no real point. I generally just, you know, like to keep these sealed. But yeah, obviously now, you know, the 5th, 6th and 7th Doctor Adventures are no longer a monthly range because that ended, was it last year it ended? Was it either last year or the year before? I can't remember. But the Lost, I'll give you my quick rundown. So the Lost Resort, it's okay, I guess. Basically the premise is that the 5th Doctor and crew land on this planet, and where for some reason the ghost of Adric appears and yada yada yada. It's alright. It's alright, but it does feel like it's just kind of dragging its heels a bit, to be honest. The other 2 stories were a lot better. Sweetly, The Lost Resort, which is the only 4-part in this box set, that one really could have just been a 2-part because it does feel like it's taking forever to get anything done. But the perils, there we go, of Nellie Bly, it's actually a pretty good historical actually, and yeah, it's pretty much kind of like a pure historical really. So yeah, it's weird because normally I don't enjoy pure historicals, but I did enjoy that one. It kind of has a sort of Agatha Christie kind of vibe to it, even though, you know, there aren't really any murders and anything. You know who's behind it from there off. And Nightmare of the Daleks now. Nightmare of the Daleks, which obviously, you know, we've got Daleks all over the box set, and this is also the reason I bought the box set. Nightmare of the Daleks is basically replace Freddy Krueger with the Daleks, and there you go. Yeah. Nightmare of the Daleks is a Dalek story where which is set on, I think, an oil rig or thing in the future on a distant planet. And when the crew go to sleep in the sleep pods, the Daleks kill them there. And if they die in their sleep, they die in real life. So yeah, it's basically a mix between that. Not a bad idea, but it's something we've seen Doctor Who done before. And more specifically, the Sarah Jane Adventures kind of did that with the Nightmare Man, which was kind of like a mix between Freddy Krueger and a bit like Pennywise, and it was also obvious that Julian Bleach was trying to do his best Joker impression. But yeah, there we are. I don't know. But yeah, there we go. Alright, so it is still 22nd of September, and we've got a package here. Okay, someone has clearly used their old Amazon box for this. Let's try and get this. Hey, there we go. This thing is taking a while to arrive. Yeah. The seller for this took over a week to dispatch it, and it was only when basically I filed the eBay thing of this item has not arrived that they suddenly dispatched it, literally less than an hour later. Isn't that weird? But yeah, this has cost me a fair bit. I'm gonna say this is probably the postage for this. They charged me £11 postage for this. Yeah, because originally they were going to charge me, you know, £22 delivery because of it's multiple items, and I asked them to combine the postage, but still. So this has ended up costing me about £40. Or 45 actually, possibly. I'll have to double check the invoice, but looks like it's arrived safely. So, first one we've got Cosmic Figure, which has Colin Baker, Louise Jameson, Caroline John, Wendy Pabry and Elizabeth Sladen. This is a 2-cassette one, and I will be digitising these and doing a restoration on them, so who knows, maybe I'll have done it by the time the video comes out, but probably not, because it's a bit of a big project this, but yeah. Appears to have no Dolby noise reduction on these, so they will need a little bit more work. And yeah, why is this a fold out thing where it could just be printed on that side? Oh well. But yeah, these are some rarer Doctor Who cassettes that are generally not BBC ones and are also harder to come by. This one's one of the BBC ones though that I didn't have. This is Kinder. Now interestingly, even though this is a double cassette, box is actually only one cassette, which is interesting why they decided to do that, but yeah, it is just a single cassette. Again, no Dolby noise reduction, which means a bit more work for me. So just the focus there. Sweet. Whoop. Alright, so here we have let's start with some of the rarer ones. So these are some of the Fraser Heinz cassettes, and just look at them. Look at as they fall to the ground. I'm actually gonna kneel. But you can see how these are literally, you know, how cheap and short these are. Like, literally this is a Scotch brand cassette. What is this? Oh! This is a master copy. That's why this is a master copy. Oh my god. And someone didn't rewind it, but yeah, this is a master copy. And it looks like it's... Yeah, it's ferrite tape. I notice the tape has gone on the outside. On this one, yeah, it hasn't gone under there. And this is a welded cassette. No, it's not screwed. Oh, thank fuck it's screwed. Okay, so I can put that tape back in the right position. There's even a note in here. Okay. Nick, okay. Again, this is just paper. So yeah, this is a master copy cassette. Interesting. So we have another one, which, yeah, looks like a thing of nightmares. So is this another master copy one? Doesn't say so. This one's on a better quality Sony FX cassette. Yeah, this is a Type 2. This is a Type 2. This is a Chrome cassette. The other one is only a Type 1. And this also has the right protect notches still on there, but yeah, this is a Type 2 Chrome tape, so this should be much better quality. It could be a master cassette, but yeah, not. October 1992. Okay. Again, another Sony Chrome cassette. Issue number 9. These might be the master cassettes, actually, all of them, possibly, maybe. Okay, I've got one of these TDK ER90s. This is a Type 1, but it's a pretty good Type 1. So, again, it should be pretty good. No information there. Got so many in here. I don't know if you can hear, but there's some kids shouting and screaming outside. Okay, this is a later TDK, but it is it? No, it's not Type 1. Another one here. Again, I have no idea what. Ooh, this is an old cassette. This is an old Memorex. Blimey, this is old. This one is... could be from the 70s. Could be from the 70s. It's either from the early to mid 80s or the late 70s. By the looks of it. I'm guessing probably 80s. Oh, it says 1990 there. Okay. That cassette does look pretty old for 1990 though. Because I... There's a little note in this one. What does this one say? Okay, I will be scanning all of these as well. I will scan each and every one of these. So here's something a little bit more, you know, proper. Hello, case, I think it's falling a bit. This is a slim case one. This is a slim case one again. This is like an end of line kind of cassette box because they did try to slim them down a lot by the end. Again, this is just a blank Fuji cassette. So it could be a master copy. Oh, this one has a little bit more of a fold out. Just telling you what's on each side. Okay. And there's one more. Again, and this is an official release, the 5 Doctors cassette. Which, no, that is not mould, that is actually just part of the design. You can see this is a proper release, this one. Which again is pretty rare. Come on. There we go. Unfortunately, this one does have a slight crack on it, on the case. I think, yeah, that is it for that box. So yeah, let's lay them all out. So there we have it. There we have it. So yeah, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 12 cassettes I have got here to digitise in total, because that is the only one out of them that is actually a double. So yeah, my god, this is going to be a right bloody job to do, but yeah, there we go, there we go. So it's interesting because most of these are actually haven't been rewound, unfortunately. So yeah, it's going to be a slight pain in the arse to do all of these and restore them. So I don't know how, depending on the condition of them, the restoration on them could be fairly quick, or could be a while. The BBC ones shouldn't take too much restoration because they were properly mastered and properly recorded. But the other ones, these ones could be in any condition, yeah. But the BBC ones, you know, come from a proper master, so yeah. But there we go. Okay, so it's the 5th of October today, and if this is what I think it is, then this package is a bit late, actually, considerably. Come on. Shut that in the bin while I'm here. Yeah. Okay. Thankfully, it isn't from a smoke-filled home, thankfully. So this is Vengeance on Varos. And as it says there, this is just a single cassette. Now, I paid £5 for this, with free postage, actually. And the main reason I got this is just because it's one I didn't have in the collection. And yes, I will be digitising this, and I probably won't do much in terms of restoration to this, because it probably doesn't need it. Does it have Dolby noise reduction? Doesn't say it on anywhere on the cassette. No, because this is towards the end of line for cassettes, but yeah. Vengeance on Varos on a single cassette. I still don't know why Tomb of the Cybermen was on 2 cassettes, because it's 90 minutes, the Tomb of the Cybermen one, so it can fit on a single C90. Or if they were really concerned about space, a C100. But yeah, there you go. I'm sure that's nostalgic to a lot of people. But yeah, I will be digitising this at some point. Put that back away in there like that. So yeah, interesting, you know, that they do it like this, a double cassette case for 1 cassette. Someone did ask me, actually, about the previous cassettes that I'd done, and asked me to do some reproduction ones for them, but obviously with my restored version of the audio. And the only problem is that they wanted double cases. And I said to them, you know, I can do the cassettes themselves, and I can do the covers. I can't do the cases, though, because, you know, I'd have to basically go out and buy them, and, you know, getting double cases, unless you find some in a charity shop and that, you know, are a bit more expensive. You can buy them from places like Tape Line, and there's a few other places, but a lot less places are doing, you know, double cassettes. In fact, modern double cassettes don't tend to use this style anymore. They tend to use the, you know, one joint to the other one, which was used back in the day, but was less common, was more common for a double cassette, you know, to basically be like this, you know, to more show off the fact that, hey, it's 2 cassettes. But yeah, there we go, everyone. Okay, so let me just show you how these are restored and digitized. So this is the cassette deck I'm using. Now, this is actually not my best cassette deck, actually, for recording and stuff. My best one is actually a Kenwood. However, this one is fine for doing the playback and stuff. And the main thing that I like about this one is it has manual tape selector. That's not focusing. There we go. So it has a manual tape selector and Dolby noise reduction on and off. With this one, I believe all the cassettes probably do not have any Dolby noise reduction. There's no mention of it, so that is in the off position. This is a Type 2 tape, and basically this is going in an input here, a microphone input in my laptop, and it's literally just going to be recording. So what we're going to do is we're going to start recording, press play on the tape, and we can see here audio is starting to come through, and this little sound there, that is actually the noise of the mechanism coming through. You can see there the audio is coming through. Now this is also set to a line level, so the reason I set it to line level is basically just so that basically the audio comes through basically as it was intended to. So yeah, so this will take, you know, a while. It's a 90-minute tape, so 45 minutes on each side. So yeah, but once these have come through, I will then basically have a listen to it and basically try and spruce it up a bit. Some of the things I do to this is, for example, if there's any hiss or noise, then I try and remove that. I go through it. Literally, in some cases, I've gone through them bit by bit. I've had a quick listen to these just to see how they sound, you know, a couple of minutes. And yeah, the audio is not great, and the reason it's not great is not because it's badly mastered, although it isn't great. It's just because the recording equipment and where it was recorded wasn't great because of the equipment they had. So yeah, I mean, I did listen to them on this is the boombox I just use in the kitchen. Now this, although it plays cassettes and everything, I would not use this for any digitizing or recording or anything, because, you know, the mechanisms and the equipment in there. I mean, this thing is old. This thing's from the 1970s, which surprisingly still works pretty much perfectly. The only thing that doesn't work is these VU meters, but that's fine because we're not using them they're only used for recording when you're playing back anything. You know, they're just, you know, fancy decorations. The bulbs and that still work on them though, so that's quite nice. But yeah, you can see here we've gotten to 2 minutes in, and yeah, it's still going. Apologies, but yeah, this is handheld, so yeah, we're just gonna have to wait for that to go, and all those cassettes to basically go through. So yeah, I don't know how long this will take, but yeah, I can even listen to them on this. This is a recent edition. This is an Iowa personal cassette player, again with Dolby noise reduction. This one I got for £12, and yeah, it's in really good condition. The only problem is, and it's the reason why I've got this open like this, is I'm trying to air it out of it, because the person who owned this before me was a smoker, and when I opened it, God, it fucking stank. So I've gave it a clean up, but it does still smell. But yeah, we'll just let this get on with this, and yeah. Alright, so I've basically started doing the first side of this cassette, and basically I'm going to play a sample. So this is at 3 minutes and 24 seconds, and obviously, you know, there will be differences between the two of them, but basically I'm going to play it from, you know, basically just as if I just digitized it, and then I'm going to play you the restored version. So yeah, here we go. Obviously I'm not plugging this into the camera, but here's just a quick little sample.
Generation. Yes, well, I don't know about that last bit, but music is a very powerful medium, or even medium, and in Doctor Who it's always been important. I'm now going to look at the music during Sylvester McCoy's era on the show, partly because it's so diversifying, but mainly because it's bog simple, since he only had 3 composers.
And now we're going to take a look at the restored version.
Yes, well, I don't know about that last bit, but music is a very powerful medium, or even medium, and in Doctor Who it's always been important. I'm now going to look at the music during Sylvester McCoy's era on the show, partly because it's so diversifying, but mainly because it's bog simple, since he only had 3 composers.
So I don't know if you could hear that, but basically there is a lot less hiss, particularly during this part here. So that's a quiet part in the restored one, and if we go to this one, basically that is essentially noise, that is tape noise, so that is noise that is being taken out of this one. So yeah, there we go. So now a lot of people are thinking, well, why not just get rid of that noise completely? And here's the reason: the more you take away from that noise, the more you're taking away from the actual sound. So basically it'll sound really thin and metallic. So it has to be kind of like a fine line, and also sometimes you have to restore a bit back in there. For example, sometimes I add a little bit more bass into there, because this can take away from that. So it is a bit of a delicate kind of process doing that, but yeah, there we go. Hopefully things should go smoothly. Something I'm just doing here, which is something I didn't do last time, which I probably should have, but what I've done here is I've also saved this as a raw transfer. So basically in the future, you know, if better technology becomes available, or more likely I become, you know, a bit better at using the existing technology, I'll be able to do a new restoration using this transfer. So I won't, you know, have to do all of this again. It's the same what they do, for example, with the Blu-ray sets. A lot of them, they're using older transfers, and they're just basically sprucing them up with, you know, newer restoration techniques. So that's just something I'm doing here. So yeah, but there we go.